Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2, and we are entering the home stretch here. We've got Chaos mostly dealt with. The proper Chaos forces are down. They've still got some commando legions that have snuck deep into our territory here. But we're on our way toward dealing with that. We're well on our way toward having control of maybe enough mountain ranges to win, depending on like what this sequence of words actually means. So really, like, the only real goal we have left is to destroy Norska, which I think should not be terribly difficult. Norska has a fair amount of territory over here, but the balance of power bars showing them is pretty weak. Wow, they took the opportunity while we were fighting Chaos to just claim all of the north, huh? Well, the dwarves of Cadrin and the men of Estalia will work together and clear out that particular menace. So, we have a lot of stuff to get done here. First of all, these Rune Lords. Which two armies were the ones? It was Thorgrim and Guthrie, right? Okay, so one of you needs to pursue Thorgrim as best you can. Where is Guthrie? Oh, here he is. So let's boot the normal dwarf warriors out of his army because there's no. It's embarrassing that we have dwarf warriors in an army on turn 168. Let's merge you guys up. Okay. And then we just got to get over here and clear out these Chaos armies. So these areas are very, very corrupted, but the corruption in a lot of them will be falling all the way to 0 pretty rapidly now that there's no Chaos armies or characters spreading the corruption, and the event that gave corruption to all regions is over. These, as you can see here, the Chaos corruption is actually 0. These rebel armies don't cause corruption, they just benefit from it. Or rather, the corruption is what determines what type of army spawns. Ulfar Granite Hand, can you get over there and fight those rebels this turn? Well, we should probably do that, right? I guess, actually, maybe it's worth leaving that for Guthrie, and we could have this guy run somewhere and start rebuilding his army, because he's actually in terrible shape. Why don't you just go to Hell Pit? We'll get this all sorted. Speaking of Hell Pit. Yep, it is time to cap off Hell Pit's growth, occupied Hell Pit here, and dump the growth building. It's never going to be a good region, but actually it's like, I was going to say, but it's kind of important due to its position, but with the Chaos forces defeated, that's not even true anymore. Alright, so we probably want to leave one army back here, even though we have no obvious threats, just because I don't entirely trust the Empire not to turn on us and try to steal Erengrad. So that can be Ulfar Granite Hand's job, maybe? Or he has all the really sweet troops, though. We probably want to bring him. Somebody needs to stay home. It shouldn't be Guthrie, because Guthrie's insane. Maybe it's Grombrindle. Maybe Grombrindle hangs out in friendly territory for a while. I don't know. Maybe I don't need to leave an army behind to defend. Maybe we just all go into Norska and wipe it out as quickly as possible. That probably is going to be the bottleneck on winning the campaign, so actually that makes sense. Thorgrim just needs to keep running west. I guess I'm gonna have to have him stop somewhere for a couple of turns and let the runesmith catch up. But actually, that can be time for him to replace some of these quarrelers with like actual troops. Some of these panic recruited quarrelers. All right, what else is going on down here? Oh right, we still have this problem. This is what happens when I record a bunch of episodes in one session and then don't come back to the game for a week. Well, I guess you can just get up here and wait for that guy to be in a position where you can attack him.
Armed and ready.
Prag's strong arm. Jeez. Well, we gotta finish off Archon the Black's force, right? Oh man, the coloration. You can see it very faintly, like here. The coloration on the edge of that circle on the desert in the fog of war is a little non-ideal. Here it is. Let's see, I gotta track it so I don't lose it. Unfortunately, jumping right to the other side of this river is maybe not ideal because we're gonna have to find the cross. Whatever.
It is time.
Oh, hey, there's actually like a ton of dudes. That was not good. How are there 2 full stacks here? Okay. The smart thing to do is probably actually not to underway. I guess it doesn't matter, because I'm going to end up running to, like, right here, and then we'll underway to meet up with with what's his face next turn, Ungrim. Yeah, not ideal, not great. Gotrek Oathkeeper is just running around messing with people, probably. Yeah, he's one of our map action things, so this is not even a valuable thing to do. He's just getting XP.
By the king's command.
He's just getting XP that he doesn't really need, I guess.
The king's command.
Alright, Dwinbar Renolfson was also coming to help with this nonsense.
Forwards.
So I think this force is mostly destroyed. They're not, you know, obviously they're still active, but they've taken a lot of hits. I don't think they're a threat to us, probably. And then we have some minor settlements. I'm not going to worry about this stuff. So it's not asking me for orders for some of my armies because they're in settlements, but that's very bad for us. Okay, so we can get to Hualatl this turn. So if they attack, they at least have to deal with my good army as reinforcements. We could initiate an attack on them from the garrison. So they have a lot of these armor-piercing missile troops. Deathglow Bombardiers are pretty scary. Pretty hero-heavy army. For some reason, a group of Plague Monk Sensor Bears to the left of all of their characters, which is a weird way for that to be set up. What actually is the garrison of Hualatl? It's okay. It's a small number of very basic troops.
My anger burns bright.
We're pretty tough though. I think we could win this fight. Yeah, he also thinks we could win this fight.
Vengeful Rune Lord.
And I do have enough movement to get into the settlement proper. Okay. So that army is not in a position where the hero can mess with it or anything. Actually, the hero can still attack your army while it's in a settlement. I guess it doesn't really matter whether I'm out here or in there. Okay, I guess that is the turn. It feels a little anticlimactic. I suppose we might have a situation over here. Good luck, Ungrim. The fact that we're on the other side of the river delta from the settlement may well be enough to protect us, because those armies may not be able to actually make the move across the river there. They may have to go to a river crossing. Let's hope so, because Ungrim is a badass, no doubt about that. I'm not sure that he can take the settlement garrison plus an army and a half. Well, the Wood Elves are successfully defending against the Bretonnians. A lot of this does not matter to us at all. It's interesting, but it's not super relevant to our gameplay. Wow, they're really going to push for that, huh? Well, good luck, noble Bretonnians. We all know those Wood Elves are crazy. I'm not happy about how weak the Order of Lorebasters looks. They're important to us. You would like me to join your war against Clan Septic. Who is Clan Septic? Wait, where actually, like, literally, where is this? It says click to show on map. I guess it won't do that because they're Skaven, so we don't know where they are. No, I'm not joining a war. You're not even paying me. Frankly, I had too many wars as it is.
I am Iron Fist.
And we're just never... The last defenders are way off in the corner of the map by themselves, completely irrelevant to our game. They're just never gonna secure any kind of agreement from us. So we currently have 9 of the objective regions that we need. Finishing Hualatl or making the military alliances with... There's that region up here, right, that's split between the Empire and Bretonnia. Making military alliances with both of them would get us our 10th region without us having to take over the rest of this down here, but I'm reluctant to make a bunch of military alliances now during the period of everybody distrusting each other, and also, like, it's not worth doing because it won't win us the game, right? We still have to remove Norska before it's viable. When we take out Norska, if for some reason we haven't been able to secure the Southwestern Mountains, we can make that military alliance then and immediately win the game. Okay, he is going for it. They have 1,000,000 troops, but most of their troops are really bad. These skeleton guys are just awful. Alright, well, I put us in the position. I guess it's time to pay the price here. Honestly, there's a real good chance we win this battle. This first army is all good stuff, but the backup armies are pretty much just garbage. In particular, I'm worried about Scorpion, Sphinx, and the Great Ushabti. Alright, so catapult range. We're not getting to see their army before they load in, which is a little unfortunate. You know, I honestly don't know what makes that happen. It might be as simple as when you're the attacker, you can see the defender, and when you're the defender, you can't see the attacker.
For the ancestors.
That seems very sensible to me. So for the most part, they're going to have to come toward us. They don't have any artillery. The only thing they have is the Great Ushabti, and I don't think the Great Ushabti have anywhere near the range of a catapult. Although it's been a long time since I played these guys, so I might be wrong about that. So we're just going to do that dwarf thing. You know, that dwarf thing we do, where we sit behind our artillery and wait for them to come to us. Ungrim and the Runesmith hang out, and we'll have the Gyro Bomber run over and harass. Because they actually really don't have that much ranged. We can probably evade, but I want to drop some big bombs on those Ushabti and stuff. So we can see their reinforcements. We still can't actually see the normal troops, which is weird. Hold on, did this first army came in as reinforcements? They're actually emerging from the tunnel. That's weird. So the gyro bomber here is just going to serve as a scout. We could probably fast forward this phase of the battle a little bit. Let's be over here because they do have a couple of units with range. The sepulchral stalkers are probably not going to do a lot of damage. We need to be aware of them. I'm trying to figure out like where of all this garbage, what do I even want to drop the bombs on? It's probably, I guess it could be just drop them on the Great Ushabti who are just about to shoot me. And then, like, their normal skeleton archers are completely irrelevant. They do have some carrion, some flying vulture zombies. They're zombie vultures, which is actually, like, a super cool idea. I don't know. Maybe I'm not going to get a lot of value out of this bombing around here. We can hit some normal Ushabti, but we have all these giant slayers who are actually quite good at fighting them. I wish I had a better sense of the type of damage and how much damage is dealt by the bombs, because it says that it's weak versus a single combatant, but I don't know exactly how weak. There might be situations, right, where it's worth doing it anyway. I'm gonna just try to bomb the Great Ushabti because I think they're the most dangerous thing on the field here. Also, they are in full sprint. They really don't want to get hit by these bombs. Can't imagine why. Hey, keep going. Keep going.
Yes, yes! Aye, as you command! Strike out! Move! On!
Alright. Good dodging, guys. Good work. I'm just gonna go home now. Later. Yeah, we did some damage. I would have done a lot more damage if I had focused on them, their infantry, but also I don't think we really need help against their infantry, especially with the catapults. These crypt ghouls are theoretically pretty dangerous, but dwarven infantry is unmatched in my opinion. Now that we have properly fought the Chaos Warrior factions, I feel comfortable saying that I feel that our infantry is unmatched in effectiveness. Those Chaos Warriors had nothing on us. So yeah, we could fly around. I guess over here on this side we're far enough from the few range that they have that we could harass these crypt ghouls as they come in. I'm gonna turn off guard mode for this guy. Maybe harass their Necropolis Knights. Necropolis Knights are a little bit more dangerous than Crypt Ghouls, probably. I do have to watch out. Did you see how much damage the Great Bow did there? I do have to watch out for that Great Bow artillery. Yeah, man, their range is really impressive. Keep flying. What are you doing, man? You know, something tells me we're going to be okay here. Although I guess really there's no reason for my Longbeards to still be behind the line. We'll block the gunners a little bit. We can reorient ourselves once we're up there. These guys are not... They're going to make contact, but they're not going to do much damage before they finish crumbling. Okay. Try to form up in such a way that we don't block. Actually, the gunners are doing a fine job of firing over us. So hold on, we do need to refocus a couple units of catapults on the Great Shabti at this point, probably. Try to make sure that that gets done. Actually, now that their forces are committed a little bit more, I guess they're keeping a lot of range back there. Never mind. I was going to say we could maybe just send the gyrocopter back to hit them from behind, but if they're keeping the rest of their range back, that's going to be a little awkward. Sure, these guys are far enough forward. I mean, he just goes straight for the Necrosphinx, right? Yeah, that Tomb Scorpion over there. Him and 2 units of Giant Slayers, and we just take it out. This is what the Gyro Bomber should be doing now. Because that thing's a serious threat. But we should be pretty good at dealing with it. Where's it going? Stop and fight, you coward! I want to be actually over here. Yeah, they're really taking it apart, aren't they? I guess the idea here is that they were gonna like run behind us with a bunch of large stuff, but we kept the anti-large on the flanks for this reason. You guys engage with the Crypt Ghouls. You guys see if you can get through those Ushabti, which you will absolutely annihilate. I'm going to come over here as well with his armor aura, and we're going to see if we can burn down these Crypt Ghouls real fast. We do have to worry about King Unlamus, who is probably more than a match for a unit of Longbeards, being a Tomb King and everything, like a proper king. Man, yeah, most of the enemies that are coming in are just like actual total garbage guys, so I don't particularly care where our fire is going. We do have to keep an eye out and fold troops back in front of the gunners when the enemies get close. Let's see. How are people actually distributed? Which units belong, or which figures belong to which unit? These guys are pretty much on the outside. They should probably refocus on the Ushabti. These guys, okay, a number of them are actually on the Necrosphinx. They can help Ungrim finish it off. Alright, toughen up, guys. We got a long fight ahead. And in fact, that's under control enough that the Gyro Bomber can probably focus on the Scorpion. Alright, there's the first round of Realm of Souls. The birds are all up in the everything. We should probably refocus the Quarrelers on these birds and get rid of them. And then here's some Hakaran Warriors. These are not as good as Tomb Guard, but they're definitely better than the normal garbage skeleton guys. That said, I bet they're not as good as Longbeards, even. To say nothing of if we actually had some Ironbreakers. And that Scorpion. Oh, he's in there now. So, for some reason, they're bringing their lord over to fight us. That's going to turn out to be a mistake. That Sphinx should be dead pretty soon. Doing good morale damage, good leadership damage to this dude. These units are falling apart. They got too many lords. Smith, you gotta get back over here and fight their individual characters who are all up in my range. Alright, now we do have to worry a little bit about, like, in general, the Khemri ranged units are not very good, or at least the ones they're bringing to bear here are not very good. But we do have to worry a little bit about the Slayers, because obviously units with 0 armor do not fare that well against range attacks. What is this back here? Okay, oh, we just wiped a unit of something out, so they still have reinforcements coming in. Alright, the Great Vortex are almost dead, and with like half of their ammo left, so that's good. We've prevented an awful lot of fire. Should I pull the gyrocopter back? Like, now that a lot of their ranged are sort of committed, yeah, let's send the gyrocopter over here to deal with that, and we're going to realign the catapults to do other stuff, because we have other stuff that needs doing. But do I even want to spend catapult ammunition on normal skeletons? I don't think so. It's probably not worth it. Like, a couple units of Longbeards can fight an awful lot of skeleton warriors. I guess we could just hit their ranged. They're not doing 0 damage, so this accomplishes something. Not literal nothing is my bar right now. And, you know, they're doing leadership damage and stuff. Nobody likes to be shot with ranged weapons. Yeah, you know what? This is an okay time to pop your Red Ruin. Look at these cowards on their chariots. Well, now I wish I hadn't popped Red Ruin. Let's focus the Slayers on that Scorpion as much as possible. Oh, here comes the free Ushabti unit. I hadn't really thought about that. I forgot that was a thing. What an embarrassing way to, like, just... I don't know how they had 2 armies that we didn't know about. It seems a little silly. But what an embarrassing way to lose a bunch of troops. This is just, you know what it is? It's warm-up time. I'm just having warm-up based problems. Problems that I'm having because I didn't play enough Total War. These are real problems you can have in your actual real life. Let's just keep dropping our spells. These guys are still remarkably alive. Gyro Bomber, get the job done. Of course, everybody fighting Ungrim is losing, because nobody beats Ungrim. He needs to get over here as best he can. Looks like the Ushabti are doing a remarkable job of surviving. And the rest of their troops are getting owned, as we knew they would. Where did that lord go? Oh, he's over here now. Don't stop and fight random nerds. Go kill a king.
Fire on the foe!
Okay. So those Ushabti are dead. I guess the next most dangerous thing over here... we still gotta deal with these carrion. They are in the artillery. I'm really impressed with our grudge thrower crews staying on their stuff during that fight, though. I would think a lot of units would have broken and retreated. Alright, somebody's got to get over here and kill this lord. Our Rune Lord is fighting a Tomb King, but there's also a Tomb Prince, which is close to as good, I guess. I assume. Over here. After we finish this, we need more lord sniping over here. It turns out there's a ton of lords. Somehow these things are still alive despite having been at 0 health and 0 leadership for all of eternity. Hey, here's some lord sniping. Go and shoot them with your guns. That's how you snipe people. Alright, the artillery crews are still doing some okay work. We should probably have some of this happen. We need them to fall in. How are these units still alive? They've, again, like, they survive forever with no health in the, or rather with no leadership in the crumbling state. They just live forever. Well, I mean, this army did need some serious upgrades, so I guess this is not that much of a loss. There are some units of archers that are still looking very healthy. This is embarrassing. My runesmith got driven off by a guy who's been dead for 1,000 years. You can probably wait until he's actually back in the fight before he pops his buff. Still crumbling. Forever crumbling. Can you disengage? Like, just ignore these dudes? Get a little closer before we pop this. I guess you're gonna need this yourself. Kill. Is everybody killing? Like, again, these guys have no leadership. They are crumbling. They're just doing it very, very slowly. Commit as deep as possible. And yeah, they're just using like garbage skeleton units to hold us in place. It's tough. It's tough to get through all of this chaff. We're good at fighting chaff, but man, they just have a lot of it. When you go and hit this guy in the back, the other one fall in here. Yeah, keep buffing yourself. You can get to that. You can get to that character. I know you can. I mean, I guess the grudge thrower doesn't have any ammo left anyway. Where are your catapults? Here we go. Oh, they actually did stop chasing us. Never mind. Those dogs are still alive. Somebody's got to kill those dogs. There comes a point where the only thing we have left is Ungrim here, and I think that's a position we can actually win from, provided we don't suffer some sort of large-scale army rout before that happens.
Yes. The next kill is ours.
Shoot them with the one rock you have left.
For the High King.
Dogs are still alive.
On my oath, they die.
Yeah, the other problem we're having here actually is that their actual lord is in a chariot, and so Ungrim can't catch him. Come on, just give me something. We just need a little bit of damage on that guy. Ungrim has really worked him over. You can finish the job. You can do it. Those Grapeushopti are still alive, remarkably. Alright, let's try to get these Longbeards over here. Alright, yeah, there's people in range of that buff. Ungrim can probably kill all of their remaining troops. It's just a matter of him not choosing to flee the battlefield. Actually, get up there. Looks like the rest of these dwarves are actually, like, all the way fleeing. Look at their cowardly Tomb King.
Withdraw!
He just will not stand and fight under any circumstances. These quarrelers need to provide me with a good flank. No. Oh, they tripping and falling over each other? Get around the backsides. And then great weapon them. He's actually not doing that well here. I'm not sure what's going on. He doesn't seem to be doing any damage. So he has 95 melee attack, and this dude has 68 melee defense. I should be hitting him a lot. But yeah, like, I'm not doing any damage to him. He's not taking damage. And unfortunately, we're out of, Oh. Catch him. Catch him if you can just hit him once. Stop running, you coward! Hit him! Ungrim, hit him. Ungrim, hit him. I'm starting to wonder if Ungrim is bugged or something. Is he not attacking? There we go.
Fight!
Alright, so their lord was recently slain. They're about to lose this. They're about to lose this lord over here. Don't you dare run off the map! Oh, you cowards! What are you thinking? We're not done yet. Try to like unite these guys and let them provide some morale buff effect to each other. Get within range of those guys as much as possible before popping Stand Your Ground. Ungrim has killed every single one of their characters. This is the last guy. And as soon as... He is in guard mode? No, right? Okay. Yeah. I can't believe that this army is still fighting. They should have, by all accounts, given up long ago. Get up here. This is where we still have people. Your units feel more secure, safer when they are together. Let's try to get them together. Everybody get up near everybody else. So their army has mostly lost its, you get over here, maybe? Their army has mostly lost its morale. Come on, Ungrim, finish this dude off. You're so close. You're so close to dead and also to finishing this guy. One of those is an acceptable outcome. The gyrocopter is pushing through the skeletons very, very slowly. Okay. All of the enemy lords are wounded. We killed all of them. They had 3. Now they're all dead. Fight to the end, everybody. No! Don't withdraw. Don't ever withdraw. The funny thing is, like, Ungrim can probably now kill the rest of these units without taking any damage, because his melee attack is so, or his melee defense is so high, and these are pretty bad garbage units. So it's really just a matter of surviving until they finish crumbling here. He's about to have Stand Your Ground again. Well, it's only buffing him, but that's something. Can he get close enough to these guys to buff them? They're not within his leadership aura right now, and I'd really like that to change. Alright, kill. You can see all of the enemy, like, these 2 enemy units have no morale, but the crumbling effect just apparently does no damage. That must be a difficulty thing, because, like, crumbling definitely actually works on my troops when I play as these forces, so I'm assuming that it's that AI troops are less affected by it because of our difficulty level. Well, the Giant Slayers aren't going anywhere. Why are you running? You were winning that battle. The enemy is literally crumbling before your eyes. I guess skeleton, like undead troops, often cause fear. And those guys are not immune to fear, the gyrocopter pilots. Gyro bomber pilots, rather. I mean, there's not really any strategy left to apply here, right? It's pretty much just troops mashing against each other until their leadership effect ends. Or until their life runs out due to crumbling. Ungrim is definitely still taking damage. Alright, leadership for everybody. Do it, guys. You can do it. This is ridiculous. This is a ridiculous thing to have happened. So we've lost an entire army here due to me moving somewhat overzealously. I don't know that increasing his damage actually has an effect here. He's probably killing every unit he hits anyway. Gyrocopter is well and truly broken. It is just leaving. Yeah, so we lost an entire army here due to me moving too close to that settlement without thinking that he could possibly have 2 full armies left, because of like how would that be the case? But we did win the battle. Because nothing can stop Ungrim Iron Fist. And we didn't lose anything, like, important. The only good troops in his entire army were these guys. We lost our Runesmith, probably. Our Runesmith is probably actually dead. And we lost some high veterancy catapults, but also, I mean, catapults do their job just fine at low veterancy. And for the most part, like, his army just needed to be replaced, right? Good work on these Longbeards, though. 200 kills each. Well over 200 kills for some of them. This is a loss, I guess. The gyrocopter's probably not coming back. It's fine. There's no reason for it to have retreated in the first place. But we'll have to get ourselves a new gyrocopter. Actually, no. It is still part of the army. We didn't lose any of the artillery. The only things we lost were these units. Wow, that's kind of incredible. Yeah, that's super weird that none of those units died, despite some of them having actually been wiped out on the battlefield. I guess alright. The game has chosen not to punish me too severely for my not very good play there. I'm not going to complain about it.
I am Iron Fist.
That was certainly a Pyrrhic victory, though. I don't know that I've ever seen a battle more fitting of the tag Pyrrhic victory. Also, I just noticed that we are strength rank 2.
Welcome to my
Who's number
throne.
1? I suppose it might be these guys. They might be that big Skaven clan Pestilens. So the Puppets of Chaos are almost dead. We still don't know what's up with this last Chaos Force. They could be... I mean, they could be anywhere, really. Anywhere except the places that we can see. And we really don't have vision of that much of the map. Well, I hope whoever's fighting them is doing a good job. Because I would really like it if all of this chaos nonsense could just be over once and for all. Okay, plus ammunition for Dwarven missile units is finished. We're working our way toward reload time reduction and eventually, like, actual good buffs for our actual good units, I assume. Could be some gyrocopter and flame cannon buffs. Big reload time reductions for artillery. That's huge. This is basically 15% more damage done, except that a flat damage increase would actually be not that useful for most artillery, because they already kill most of the figures they do damage to anyway. So it's like a damage boost that is much better than straight damage.
Armed and ready. I'll cast the runes. Aye. Yes, my oath is intact.
Oh, I'm inside... Huh. How did I manage to underway move myself inside of their circle? Well, I can't get out now.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I can underway. Are you kidding me? Huh. Well, I didn't know that, I didn't know the Tomb Kings could do underway interception, but this is just 2 guys, right? Like, I guess I get what they're saying. Those guys are real tough. But we have catapults and stuff. Should we not be able to work this out? The gyrocopter's still here. It has full ammunition and bombs for this battle. Like, I don't think we should lose to these guys. We can't afford to have the gyrocopter engage in any melee, certainly, but I think we should be fine. That's all the catapults we got left? Well, it is what it is, I suppose.
They have wronged us. It is a reckoning.
Well, the catapults won't have any difficult targeting decisions. Fast forward this a little bit. Okay, so one of these guys is pretty fast. The other one is a dude on foot. This guy might be hard to hit with the catapults. I'm worried that they will not have the accuracy that is necessary, and we're not going to be able to knock him down.
I got it.
Seems like we can pretty much just fly along his travel path and bomb him. Okay, so he's just not going to take damage from stuff. That's how he's going to beat us, by invincibility.
Move now! I charge! Big aim!
Yeah, alright, stay on him. Okay, this is more of a problem than I thought it was going to be. Let's get all the Longbeards in front. I thought for sure that he would not be at 90% health by the time he actually got to us. Let's have the catapults refocus on that dude, because they're not going to be able to hit him anyway anymore. Well, this might be a real problem. Okay, he's starting to actually take some morale damage here.
Nothing can stop us!
Don't step quite that far forward. Okay, I appreciate the thing where he just stopped moving. He should do that more.
The Iron Fist waits! It is an order! I am the Slayer King!
Alright, every buff. Get him.
We demand blood! Fight!
He got really, really deep into our formation there.
Kill anything without a fear!
Like, really, really deep.
Dino bomber!
Card mode off for everybody. And everybody who's not catapults, focus on this.
Launch the target!
And, like, you guys are not...
Crunch thrower!
You guys did not get disconnected from your siege machines by that. Focus.
We demand blood! The next kill is ours! The next kill is ours!
Okay, he's not getting knocked down either. That's not great.
The axe of Dargo thirsts! That'll do!
We are at least doing damage to him this time. The thing is, they're not actually that great at fighting, I think, when they're in the chariot. But they're hard to keep in place. So when he stands and fights us like that, he loses. That goes poorly for him.
What on us? I!
Make sure everybody stays on him, though. We'll deal with the other guy when it's time to deal with the other guy.
It is a reckoning!
Armor for everybody. Let's just finish this up. Also, it does help that Ungrim Iron Fist is anti-large, and this guy is large because he's in this chariot. Okay, this is more like a little bit more like what I was hoping to get done. So you can turn around for a final charge, stand your ground, and this should be the end of him. He managed to fling Ungrim Iron Fist out of the area, which sucks, but I think we should. The rest of us, plus the ranged, should be able to deal with him.
Move to attack! Ready to strike!
Hurry!
For mountain and hall!
Everybody else, back up. Back up! Give Ungrim time to intercept!
Rage far, rage fast!
You gotta take a cutoff path here. And you also have to help.
Attack the earth!
Oh, he did the rampage thing. How is this guy still... What are you guys doing over here? How is this guy still alive? He's at 4 health. He's actually at 0 health. He's still alive. Okay, well, I guess everybody gets the other Tomb Prince.
Crush thrower!
Okay, there we go. Heroic victory. Nothing is more heroic than bringing 127 men and artillery to kill 2 guys. The second guy didn't even get to kill anybody. I mean, if we had stayed still, we still would have gotten fought by those guys probably, so... Actually, I know we would have gotten fought by those guys because they chose to do the underway intercept, which means that they thought they were going to win. And I mean, we saw the balance of power bar is what they use to determine whether it's worth fighting. So, passing the turn would have been a bad idea, I think. Now we have probably actually lost a bunch of these units. The huge battle against thousands of Tomb Kings couldn't quite kill any of us. These two guys, on the other hand, these were their best guys. It looks like we actually... Nope, we formally lost a couple units of Longbeards.
Won't happen.
The other units totally still exist and are fine. Will replenish. Weird. What a weird set of things is occurring here. Okay, Grombrindle.
The axe thirsts for war.
I kind of want to give us one more turn of replenishment here. We're close to being pretty healthy. Let's move less than 50% and go into encampment mode. Okay, and Guthrie will be able to deal with that rebel army. I mean, he could probably deal with it now, but he'll be able to deal with it without very much loss.
Send me to vengeance.
Alright, Thorgrim. Oh, what am I doing? Thorgrim needs to be over here to defend Krakadrach.
I agree. Throw bearers. Let's march. Beards in belts.
Okay, what else do we... What other stuff do we need to do? So, Khazid Bordkarag has an empty slot, but I guess we don't have any beer in this province, and we're gonna have to leave with most of our troops. So the province has to actually be able to stand on its own. These guys are gonna have a hard time replenishing down here, so assaulting them repeatedly actually probably will help a lot. Yeah, I guess this guy's not really gaining anything by assaulting those units. So why don't we instead just have him head this way? He can scout. He can figure out exactly what the situation is over here. Notice the Sarl encampment used to be a stallion. It has now been burned. So I'm worried that we are maybe seeing some progress be made by Norska. Okay, we don't really need to make any minor settlement upgrades. You can hold off for the major stuff here. I guess here it doesn't really matter, since we've already capped off our important thing. You know what we do need to do, actually? We need to remove one of the unimportant buildings from this thing so that we can rebuild our siege workshop in the main settlement and get it properly upgraded. Actually, no, what we should probably do is remove this, right? Because we have a Hall of Oaths. We do need to upgrade the anvil. Yeah, this has to be a place where we can recruit, because this is where we're going to rebuild Ungrim's army. Not that that's actually probably going to matter. So actually, I'm going to save population in this province to finish off Martek then. And then we can rebuild the mustering hall there. So I guess let's destroy this, because we know we're going to move that, and that can be the slot where we put the mustering hall. We're going to end the turn with this much gold left. Is that the right thing to do?
Vengeful Rune Lord.
Yeah, probably. So let's see. I can make a normal move
Cast the runes.
toward the monument of Izatal. We're still within a single move of coming back to defend Hualadal if Hualadal needs to be defended. And then we have a threat on this next turn, and this would be our 10th mountain range. And we shall see if that objective becomes checked off when we do that. So, like, where is there still important stuff going on? I guess we're running pretty low on important stuff. Martek is potentially threatened by this guy. But also, I think the Khemri are on that. So would I take Lashiek? Yeah, Lashiek. Okay, Lashiek's in my little province over here. So yeah, we do want to take this. I guess this is where I want to build stuff. Let's put up a growth building, because you know how I feel about growth buildings. And then we already have a siege workshop. I guess we need an anvil here, don't we? This can be the place where we rebuild. We can rebuild in both places. It's not a bad thing to have a couple of provinces together where you can recruit high troops, so that you can have two armies do local recruitment at the same time, instead of having them fight over the global slots and stuff, you know. It does look like we are maybe just about done here, though. All that's really left is Norska. That was true at the beginning of the video. And I've made basically no progress, because I've spent the last 50 minutes fighting Tomb Kings for no reason. Tomb Kings that did not need to be fought. Mostly. Alright, this mountain range that we need is still awkwardly split between two layers. If we form a military alliance with Bretonnia and with the Empire, I'm still worried that they will use that as, like, they will declare war on somebody we have a defensive alliance with, and then we will have to break one of our alliances, so... yeah, let's hold off on the military alliances until making a military alliance would actually win us the game.
Welcome to my throne.
It's almost like they didn't even hear me. Oh, is Hexoatl not going to demand an alliance from me?
Greetings.
Look at that. My only true friends. You know what? This is fine. Military access is fine. It gets us a little friendlier without committing me to taking or not taking any action. It looks like Nagarond is the one force that's more powerful than we are. And you can see they just burned something on Ulthuan. I'm hoping that maybe we might have to actually win a battle against them, but I'm hoping that we can maybe convince these guys to stop bothering us. Alright, if you guys want to take Kofur, I'll take Lashiek, and we can just be done with Archon the Black forever. I actually don't know how death works for Tomb Kings. Like, they were dead already, right? Presumably they can come back somehow because they have done it. I don't know what you have to do to permanently put away a Tomb King. But I guess they're here. They probably know. They can figure it out. We'll hack them up, and then we'll just, like, cart the bones over to you in a big wheelbarrow, and you can do whatever has to be done to make them permanently dead. What is this? Karakarn 244, falling to 51. Wow. We really are deteriorating. I mean, so everybody's become aggressive and unreliable, and I'm not going to join your war. Do you remember what it was like when the Chaos Warriors were here and we were all friends because of the threat of being murdered? That stuff is still, like, death is still a problem. The abstract concept of death. Couldn't we unite against that? Like, really just pull together in the face of an enemy that none of us can ever defeat. Yes, congratulations, Dino. You figured out that that's a burned-out ruin. We all knew that already. We should probably go over here and fight this guy. We should take that army from Ekrond, because they're just replenishing now. I mean, the Khemri are on their way to handle it, but... see, we've maybe even waited too long. Well, the Khemri will probably get it. Probably it's fine. It looks like it's mostly a problem for the people to the west, anyway. And you might say, hey, SB, aren't those people your friends? Shouldn't you maybe help them? Oh my god, are we going to see the Troll Skulls? Oh, no, right, all of the rebel armies go at the end. I was going to say, it was zooming across the map. Like, we still have no idea where the Troll Skulls are. I think that that rebel army has been alive for, like, 100 turns or something. I would love to know where they are, like, what is happening. Probably, it's just the case that they're, like... well, I don't even know what to do with you, dude. Probably it's just the case that they're, like, stuck in a corner somewhere and nobody can get to them to interact with them, but I'd still like to know. The suspense is driving me mad.
The throng is mustered.
Yeah, take that, guys. Take that, you guys. Alright, this should be very easy. I'm gonna have Crag handle this. Storgrim needs to do some other stuff. Okay, so we got ourselves a province here. The Land of Assassins. We don't need this. We want to upgrade that for sure.
I grow restless.
Alright, and Ungrim is going to go into encampment mode here. I think we should be pretty safe to just do it right here in the open. I certainly don't want to, like, go all the way back to one of the other settlements.
I am the Slayer King.
And we can refill our Giant Slayers at the very least. Wow, we're recruiting Giant Slayers at rank 8 now? That's pretty alright. Do I want to start... Like, how many turns am I going to be sitting here? Do I want to start replacing people with Iron Breakers? Oh, that's a thing we should build in Caliph's Palace. We could probably just hack this out, right? Like, look at where we are. We don't need walls on this... Or we don't need a garrison building on this settlement that naturally has walls. But we do need to build ourselves one of those... one of those Ironbreaker and Hammerer buildings that I now cannot remember the name of. So we can wait on that. Is there, like, siege stuff? Yeah, there's siege stuff that I'm not going to have access to for quite a while that we could be recruiting here. Like, let's get a... Oh, well, he already has 3 grudge throwers. Should I take one of them out and replace it, like, with an organ gun, maybe? Organ guns are pretty cool. Yeah, I don't need 3 catapults. It sucks to fire a rank 9 catapult, but 3 catapults is overkill, and organ guns are awesome. There are very few situations where 3 catapults are going to be better than 2 catapults in an organ gun, right? Because the organ gun can fight units that have already been busted up by the catapults, where there's too few figures left for the catapults to do a lot of damage. And is there anything else I want to pull in from the global pool? Well, I could fire these longbeards, but, like... I guess, here's a question. How long is it going to take to build the Hall of Thanes, Hall of Oaths? That's a 4-turn building. So actually, yeah, it totally makes sense to recruit... to not wait and to just start recruiting my Iron Breakers now, because it will take longer to build the building and then recruit than it would take to do this. I think I'm fine with that for right now. We might need to fiddle with our ranged or something, but yeah, this'll do for the moment. So 4 turns of recruitment for you. Somewhere, Hulkenhalf Scowl, the Mad Engineer, needs I don't know what. Armor. I see that I had started to take boost income. Sure, whatever. Okay, can't do any recruiting because I'm in this siege situation. For some reason, cannot have the garrison initiate an attack. There it is. We don't need to manually fight 10,000 Chaos Marauders, right? Nah, this is a very easy and not very interesting battle. I'll tell you what, if we were, if that army was a force that had flame cannons and stuff, I would have gone ahead and done it manually. And there are no military chain buildings in the Giant Home Mountains.
Onward.
Oh, I'm broke. That's why I was like, why can't I recruit both of these? It's because I'm broke. I guess I don't need to recruit them this turn anyway. Yeah, his army's not... Well, his army could be going places. Now, let's let him have a second to sit and replenish in the city, at the high city replenishment rate. Yeah, sure. Income buildings seem like a fine thing to make.
Yes.
So Guthrie and Grombrindle can come over here and finish this guy off.
I go where I'm needed. Ready axes.
Yeah, these guys are not terribly dangerous. 78 lost. I probably would have lost more than that doing it manually. We're just going to clean up these Chaos Forces. I hope nobody is upset about not getting to see a final pretty crummy battle against Chaos, but man, I am tired of these dudes. I want them to be done with.
Don't you fret, it's done.
Grombrindle, full sprint toward Erengrad. Honestly, I don't think this army is a danger to Erengrad in its current state. They probably should have recruited more before sieging. We might be able to just kill them with Erengrad's garrison.
What's your orders?
We'll wait, because there's no reason not to wait, but... They've, I think, miscalculated a small amount here. Alright, the Estalians took back the Sarl encampment. Don't worry, guys, we're coming. fight these crazy Norskins together. And I'm going to have Ranulfson try to follow that Chaos Army to the west. Let's see if we can actually figure out what's up with them. It looks like we're not going to be threatened from this side, so I'm going to chase. If we can help wrap this chapter up any faster, we should do so. I don't think they'll attack Hualalal the first turn. I think we have time to do this. I think what's going to happen here is they will get to the walls of Hualalal and they will stop and siege for one turn because it's a walled settlement. And then we'll just do the same thing we did last time, where we underway over to reinforcer range and then attack from the garrison. So... we now have 10 mountain... Yep, okay, this is checked off. Okay, so actually all that's left is to destroy Norska, and we don't have to worry about making military alliances with the men at all, which I think is probably a good thing, because I don't trust them. Once upon a time, I trusted them more than the Wood Elves. That time has passed.
Throne bearers, let's march!
Right, and we do have a... oh yeah, we have a commandment available here. I mean... you know what it is. Grow. Everybody grows until the growing is done. Did I not? No, I totally selected that. And we have an imminent rebellion in this province where there's already a rebellion army. I'm not actually sure what's going to happen here. Let's find out together. So you can see the chaos corruption is starting to chill out. There are still areas that are all dark and cracked and with lava showing through, but there's a lot more green. You know. Still not interested in fighting Wood Elves with you. It seems to me like the war against the Wood Elves is doing a really good job of keeping the Wood Elf armies from leaving Athaloran, but they're not really making a lot of headway inside Athaloran, and that's fine with me. If all of those forces want to continue focusing on keeping that balance forever, that works just fine for us. That guy's name was Reynard Dragondrame. What do you think a Drame is? Like, is that a cool name? Or is that a name that, like, some jerk called him and then it just kind of stuck? And now he's stuck with it. He shows up places and they're like, even his friends are like, hey, Dragondrame, what's up, man? And he's like, guys, please, I told you, I hate that. Please stop calling me that. My last name is Thompson. It's Reynard Thompson. Listen, everybody has had, at some point in their life, usually probably during elementary school, has had a nickname that they don't like just stick despite the fact that they don't like it. I think this is a universal experience. Okay, more cars down. I do wish they would actually take Kofar. Like that's the last settlement of this force. Those guys could be removed from the game if you would actually just take this. I don't know what is keeping them. And then I wouldn't have to worry about these agents running around and harassing me. We may have to take Craig's Strongarm's army up there and burn that down on their behalf. I think he should be capable of doing that, right? He took basically no damage taking Lashiek over because Ungrim single-handedly killed its entire garrison. Man, why don't we do that? Why don't we just send Ungrim alone to, like, sneak into places, find the place where he can cause the most damage, and then just start fighting there? It's very slayery, right? He's a city slayer. He gets deep in the enemy barracks, and then just starts screaming and swinging his axe in all directions until either he's dead or everyone in the city is dead. And I imagine mostly is going to work out to be everyone in the city. This makes me a little nervous. Kislev, what are you doing? What's up? What's your play here? In theory, they should love us. The dwarves of Karak Kadrin and the men of Kislev have been working shoulder to shoulder for all of forever. We killed all those vampires for them. They killed all those Skaven for us. Like it was, and then they stopped killing the Skaven and let them attack our gold mines. And I do have a little something in the book about that. Looks like Zlan Huapek probably lost their port. Alright, so the puppets are dead. It looks like our army will not be needed. Yeah, okay. They just suicided against the Khemri. A lot of that going around. People just dashing into suicidal situations against skeletons. Alright, and we just passed the hour mark, but I'm going to go ahead and do one more of our turns and then one more round of enemy turns before stopping. Oh! Hey, look! Something for our southern army to do. Thalandor Doomstar is back? Wait, we've seen that particular rogue force before, haven't we? I think.
How can I help?
Are you in range to do the thing here?
I'll do it.
He's not quite, but he can get over here and then we can initiate the attack from the garrison.
Let us settle.
Ah, so this is what happens. If there's another rebellion while there's already a rebel army out, it just fills the rebel army with troops. Alright, I'll tell you what, why don't we go ahead and manual this battle, just because this is the last battle we'll have against Chaos Warriors for the whole campaign, and it actually is like a full force with some stuff going on. One final hurrah for the Chaos Warriors. I think that that purple Chaos Army technically still exists, but they're in some far-off land. They're probably in the northwestern part of the map somewhere. Not my problem, and also just about dead, it looked like. So yeah, they've got trolls, they've got hell cannons. We don't have... I think we have a gyrocopter unit in Grombrindle's army. I can't keep straight what things were in which stack, especially since a lot of stuff died over the last few videos. Had to replace a lot of units with Quarrelers. Alright, so our reinforcements are coming in over there. Let's set up on that side. I will say, there are things about this this strategy that are going to appear very familiar. Holy crap, we have a lot of ranged in this army. What a strange force this garrison has. And of course, the Thane of Erengrad, Thurgrim Morgrimson. Everybody knows that guy. He's like the dwarven Davy Crockett. Yeah, let's focus the catapult on the Chosen. You know how I feel about Chosen.
Close, nothing.
And if they get close, not them. Dwarf tactics.
Don't skirmish. Ordnance ready.
Everybody just get over here. Be part of the thing.
Rage for, rage thrust, cannon.
We have the one gyrocopter. And they do actually have a little bit of ranged, little throwing axe cavalry over there, but... Jeez, look at how much damage hell cannons do. Really terrifying. I can probably turn this off. Let's get over here and see if we can get something done. They're going to try to interfere with our strategy of reuniting. Okay. Alright, so they're using cavalry to cut off the retreat of the artillery units. We're going to have to do something about that. Which is to say, we're going to have to lose some artillery units. Not really a lot that we can do about it, honestly. Actually, can I just, like, have you, yeah, pretty much where you are, turn and fire, because we're gonna need to turn and fire much earlier than I had originally ordered. Let's have some ranged forces turn on these guys. We're gonna have to march up with a bunch of these. What's the best play here? I'm glad that the hell cannons are at least shooting at the garrison. Alright, we probably need some of these longbeards to kind of wrap around here. These are proper Chaos Knights. That is not great. The Marauder Horsemen aren't are not a big problem. The Chaos Knights, on the other hand, are heavily armored. Actually, you guys fire at the Marauder Horsemen. Yeah, we're gonna have to refocus this way. And then, I mean, we got Iron Breakers and stuff. You guys have to stop moving, though. This is where we're making our stand, apparently. We are not going to make it to uniting. We need all of the Quarrelers who are too far forward to interfere with this to do that. We actually need these Thunderers to try to turn around and get back over there.
Find my beard! At last! To the fight!
Okay, never mind. If you're not going to fire, just run, dude. Alright, so one of the Hell Cannons is actually turned to try to fire on the Gyrocopters, which is really, really good for us. This way, cut him off. Cut him off. I just need him to get... I don't think the Flash Bomb actually caught him. Okay. Get over here, for real. No, wait. Get back on your stuff. Okay, these 2 units of artillery are just dead, I guess. Never mind. Just run. We'll see if we can get the crews over here and keep the crews alive, and if we can do that, then maybe we can reunite them with their artillery stuff later in the battle. We got Chaos Trolls and Chaos Spawn. And man, there's a lot of stuff going on in this battle. Just run. Just run. Get in there, buddy. Do some damage. Try to get away from the Chaos charge as much as possible. Focus on the spawn here. I'm actually really impressed with them turning away that unit of Chaos Marauder. I guess they're Marauders, never mind. I'm less impressed. I was going to say with our largely crossbow-based ranged managing to fight off Chaos Warriors, but they didn't. What are you guys still shooting at? We could probably use some shots over here. Grumbrindle's tough. I trust him not to get killed by artillery fire.
Iron breakers! Our fire undid! Let the vengeance begin! Nothing can
Get these guys into a position where they can toss some reasonable grenades. We can probably get rid of that. Alright, grenades out. You notice some of them have stopped to reconsider their play. Was this a good idea? I don't know. Alright, we could get... my plan here was to have one of these units of guys get over here and support Grombrindle. I'm not 100% sure that's necessary. He is actually just tearing it up. Here, flashbang them and...
We demand blood for the High King!
See if you guys can turn around and put some damage on those guys.
Take aim!
We are, you know, in a way that's not super shocking here, totally winning this battle.
Strike out!
Need you guys to get some better angles. Finish off those Marauder Horsemen. Cast your spell and then get out of there. These guys are pretty much done for. I think we could probably refocus.
Range fire! Range fast! Fire! Reload!
Let's see if we can get some good armor-piercing fire in on their lord. Also, some good Grombrindle in on their lord. Get him! Don't let him get away. Okay, so their army's broken. The only thing that's left is the units that are unbreakable, which is to say these guys over here. Look at them. Still eager for blood. You gotta give them that. Check out their very bad hats. Look at how bad those hats are. Kind of incredible. Wow. The shot hit and blood just squirted out of them in all directions. Still running. I'll tell you what, I can't run if I have a hangnail. It's very impressive. It's like that's a serious gushing wound, and they're just like, whatever, I got stuff to do today. So there we go. The Chaos Rebel Uprising, Ibra the Black put down. That there is the final stand, the last hurrah of the Chaos Warriors. They are gone from the face of this planet. I almost said from the face of this Earth, which is not really appropriate, you know, given that I'm pretty sure this game does not take place on Earth. Unless we're having kind of like a what was that game called? I guess it was called Earth Dawn. Is that the right? Yeah. It was like a fantasy game, a fantasy RPG that took place on Earth, but in the before times. All the things that we have like legends and folktales about are actually things from the fourth world. Oh, they're still alive, remarkably. Well, we'll finish them off next time, I guess. That makes that a little less climactic. You know, that being the meaning of the word climactic and all. Boy, what could you possibly... Oh man, we probably have a bunch of Oath Gold to work with. I don't know, cleanse corruption? Get this done slightly faster? That's right, we're coming for you. We're right here, and we're totally gonna do a thing, maybe. Alright, hey Guthrie, how much... Are you still mad? Is this the thing that goes away? Some negative traits can be disposed of. No, it doesn't look like this one has any way to remove it. I think some of them say on them, like, you can get rid of this by doing this thing. Also, somehow all of our buildings got damaged. It was a very long siege. God. Aarongrad is not going to get to level 5 before the end of the game. That's a little bit of a shame. Oh, hey, Craig's Strongarm's leveling up. What were we doing with him? We were getting redline skills. That makes sense.
Vengeful Rune Lord.
Okay, yeah, it looks like the AI has completely given up on the idea of finishing off this faction. They're just gonna raid a little bit.
I grow restless.
Which is an annoying thing for them to do.
By the King's command.
Boy. So there's like a bunch of heroes and stuff now that we just like have actually no use for.
Into war.
Most of the parts of the game are over. All that's left is the claiming of the North. So anybody who's not up there is not really part of the game. So this is all clear. I guess we can, like... What do I do with these lords? Hey, you could just join up with this army, I guess?
Strengthen the shield wall.
We no longer need to go that way because that army killed themselves.
No.
Okay, he's gonna... Him joining up with Vragni True Eye is apparently going to be a bit of a saga. Just get on land, you incredible nerd. Vragni at least does have a job to do. Somebody's got to get over here and defend this. And I suppose, just in case, we should put up walls. Now, if they're going to attack us, they're going to do it within the next 3 turns. We can cap off the port at Barak Var. That's an extra 400 gold per turn, but, like... Also, kind of, who cares? This will damage up for Thunderers, and also, yeah, Superior Black Powder seems good, and it's only 2 turns. Oh, we can cap off Carrick Norn. That's probably worth doing. Actually, before we do anything else crazy, did we... Yeah, we need to do this while we still have the money, before I spend everything. Okay, let's do one final round of enemy turns here. So we're just about done with the followers of Nagash. The Chaos Forces have been sort of well and truly defeated. Mostly well and mostly truly defeated. And Angren still holds a ton of Empire territory. I bet that if we don't wrap this up pretty quickly, we are going to see the Empire turn on Clan Angren, and then we're going to get pulled into that. Maybe we should cancel our defensive alliance with Angrand now? Just to avoid getting pulled into that, because I really don't want to be at war with the Empire. They have too much territory that butts right up against our territory. I could see that. I could see that turning out very poorly for us. Not that it would matter much, because they're not too close to any of our territory that matters, but any of our stuff that's important. But it would be annoying. It would be really annoying to deal with. Yeah, I think I'm gonna abandon the north. Like, I'm gonna take all 4 of our stacks and start marching on Norska. Because now that that's the only thing that's left, it behooves us to get it done as quickly as possible before the situation in the old world fractures. So I guess we'll we can start recruiting another force at Erengrad or something. We have some recruitment buildings up here. Right, please do not immediately attack. Oh, he skipped right past Hualadal and went to the undefended settlement. Well, I guess that makes sense. He is a Skaven. What an incredibly annoying thing for them to do. Well, alright, I guess ownership of that range is not actually important until we have Norska dealt with, right? And again, we can win the game without it if we just ally up with people up here. Or also if we just took our army further north and took one of the mountain ranges that is in... Well, I think both of the northern mountain ranges are owned by Naggarond at this point, though, and I really don't want to be at war with Naggarond either. I would love to not be at war with Clan Pestilence, but now we have to go all the way down there and make sure that that settlement's actually ruins before we declare peace with them. Provided they would even take a peace treaty. We are more powerful than they are, but they seem to be aware that I am not locally more powerful than they are. Might be something we have to fix. We may have to send some more armies over there and make it clear to them that they cannot win an extended conflict against us. That might be what we do with Ungrim and Craggy. Yeah, the Blue Vipers are also way less powerful than we are, but significantly more locally powerful. We should actually see if the Blue Vipers will take peace. Because we don't need to be at war with them anymore. And it would be great if I didn't have to worry about the northern mine in those mountains getting reconquered by Blue Vipers when I go to the south to fight the Skaven that conquered the southern mine. And at some point, Thalandar Doomstar's going to declare war on us, but it looks like he's taking his sweet time doing so. Okay, and we've been besieged. Well, you know what? We're not going to play very much of this turn, but we are going to... Alright, that's enough. Too many notifications. Not all of that stuff is actually important. We are going to actually finish these guys off.
The throng agrees.
Let's move to here. Hey, you know what, Guthrie?
Ready axis.
Guthrie the Mad will be the one who puts the final dagger in their backs. That's what they get. The price they pay for driving him insane.
For the wisdom of Valea.
What were... Oh, yes. Yellow line. Sure. Greenskin tribes, not super relevant. I guess melee defense? Charge bonus doesn't really factor into the way Dwarven units play very much. He mostly stands still and lets the enemies come to him. Okay. Well, with that, I think we are done for today. So the plan at this point is for these two armies to start moving west, and we're just probably going to go along the north side of Norska. It looks like there's some empty stuff. We can wipe out the Varg as we pass. And then all of this stuff. And these two armies here will go along the southern coast and take all of this stuff. And hopefully we can get this done fairly quickly. Like I said, I'm really worried about the situation in the middle parts of the map turning hostile very quickly. So that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. Now, we are on the final stretch. And we'll see you then.